Hey, welcome to Mary Walter Radio, the podcast. I'm trying to speak softly because I'm in the lobby of the hotel and there are some other people here. Are they still here? And I don't want to bother them. But this was the best place for the internet. So I don't know how long it's going to hold. But yes, we're in beautiful Big Sky, Montana, which is one of our favorite places. And this was the best light too, but I realize it's probably really, really bright. But this is the best we could do. And so if you're new to the podcast, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel. I know we had some new subscribers, but I don't have YouTube up, so I can't read your names now, but I'll thank you in upcoming episodes because I don't have YouTube up. And please like the videos because, as I said last week, there seems to be a consistent, like 7 people who like the videos on YouTube. So it's probably the same 7 people, but yet we'll have like 85 people watch a video. So please like them. It definitely helps our algorithm, and I appreciate that. So just some quick news. James is no longer part of the podcast. He got married and he got a job, and they just have a lot going on. Between the two of them, let's just say there's a lot going on. So yeah, he's no longer a significant part of the podcast anymore. Maybe he'll pop in every now and then. So in the future, you can expect to see a lot more of Christine, the regulars: Christine Flowers, Chris Tremoli, Tony Schaefer, Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, Hans von Spakovsky, and others as well. And I'm working on also just some guests that I've been working on coming up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, KT McFarland will be joining us. And also a guy named Jim Verdi, you should know his name. He is Dan Bongino's producer, and his book coming out, and he wants to come on the podcast. So we'll be talking to him as well. So, all right, let me see what everybody has to say. And I don't know how long we're going to be able to do this, again, because there are other people here in the lobby, and I don't know how long this connection is going to hold, but we'll try to do it as quickly as possible. I do have some pictures and videos to share from you from amazing Montana. And I also want to get your input from her testimony today. What did you think of it? So leave your comments and I will put them up on the screen as we go along. You know how this works. Let's say hello, Bill. Bill is here. I keep losing the cursor. Porchview Farm, thank you for joining in. Look who's here, my buddy. Hello, it's good to see you. Watching your back, get Viva Fry. I'd love to have Viva Fry here. That would be amazing. Geländersprung. Lendis is land. I don't know what that is, Ron. You got to help me out there. Also, don't forget, you can always get the audio on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Do you have it pulled? My IT department's here. Yeah.
Who do you not see the stuff?
No, you got to go to YouTube. Getter.
So Getter.
Yeah, we don't get really a whole lot of comments on Getter anymore. I don't know why, but we don't. And yeah, pretty much everyone has come over to YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to share some pictures with you, and we have a really, really cool video from Montana, but we had a really hard time getting it to come up without freezing. So if it doesn't work, I'll share it with you. Not next week. So just so you know, next Monday, I have to have a medical procedure in the morning, and there is no way I will be doing the podcast on Tuesday. But nothing horrific, nothing terrible. I'm just going to be out, down for the count for a couple days in bed, and but I should be back the following Tuesday. So there'll be no podcast next Tuesday. So, all right, let me see if I can pull these up. Let's see, where am I? What's this? You got it? Just pull them up one by one?
No. Share.
Hit share.
At the bottom there, presentation.
Present. And share screen.
Try that one.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Try that one. And try this one.
Yeah, those are the ones that kind
Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay. So that is, that's when we were flying in. Now I'm not on the screen, so I guess this is sharing.
No. Go back to the first tab.
There we go. Yeah. So this is when we were flying in. This is the Rocky Mountains. It's beautiful and amazing and unbelievable. Let's go to the next one. And share screen. This is a very convoluted way to have to do this. Let's see. Okay, this is good. So this is when we were coming back from dinner. on what was this? We were coming back from dinner on Tuesday.
Don't taste it.
No, Sunday. Coming back from dinner on Sunday, and traffic has just stopped on the main mountain road. And there's a ranch, Lone Mountain Ranch, off to. We were heading up the mountain, so it was on your right. And they're known. They have a big elk herd, a wild herd, that kind of like what camps out, lives on their property. So they make it very comfortable for them, so the elk are not stupid. And apparently at night they cross over the road from the other side to get to their bed, and all traffic stops on the main road. So this was, and we were total tourists about it, total tourists, and we stopped to take pictures, like something that the locals I'm sure hate, but we did it anyway. Old school skiing terrain jump. That's what Geländesprung means. Well, I'm not jumping any terrain while I'm skiing. Tech support is on the scene. Yes, tech support is on the scene. There he is. He did a great job. He loaded up all these pictures that I want to share with you. Oh, that's the wrong one. Click the wrong tab. So this, like I said, this is not the fastest way to do this. Let's see, what is this? Oh, okay. This is beautiful Lone Peak that I'm looking at right now, and I wish you could see it, but this is my view that I'm looking at as I look out the window. We had some snow today, and it's going to snow tonight and tomorrow. Between tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to get like, what, 4 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches of snow. So we didn't ski today. We skied Sunday, Monday. We didn't ski today. We took today off, sat in the hot tub, which was really nice, and just visited some friends. And so we're going to ski tomorrow and some fresh powder. So we're looking forward to that. But that's Lone Peak right there. Okay. I'm getting good at this. Share screen. Oh, I did those. Okay. Oh, I see how it works. Okay. These are not in any kind of order. I apologize. This is the foothills of the Rockies again. This is coming into the area, into the Big Sky area. And this is the foothills of the Rockies, as you can see there. Okay. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Here we go. Up, we're back to the elk. I'm going to go. Oh, this is our favorite place to eat on the mountain. This place I was not on the mountain, actually. This is down in the canyon, and it's pretty far down the canyon on the way to West Yellowstone. And it's been there since the 1940s, they said. It's been there since the 40s, and we always try to go there. We have a friend who is a waitress there, and they've run out of room on the walls, so now they just hang stuff on the ceiling. And I thought it was hilarious, because every time you go, there's more stuff. And it switched hands for the first time since the 1940s recently. And the current owner said, we're going to keep it the way it's always been, which is great. Hold on one second. Sorry, my nose was just itchy, and I thought that would be rude. But so this is just like such a typical Montana watering hole, and they have food's pretty good. Yeah. We had elk, we had a bison meatballs, we had an elk burger, but it was overcooked. We had the bison kebabs, which were fantastic. So we're big on game, and you get really good elk and really good bison here, probably because a lot of elk get hit crossing the road, so you get a lot of fresh elk. Okay, how many runs do you make in a typical day? We've been skiing slowly because the IT department just had knee surgery, and 3 weeks ago was the first time we skied since his surgery. And it was actually a week before he was supposed to officially ski. So
about 5 hours.
Yeah, we ski about 5 hours a day. So, and the runs here, some of them are really long, which is nice. You know, there's some really nice long runs here. So you spend less time in lift lines, which makes us very happy. So, yeah. So, Porchview Farm says, so lovely. It is. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful. And then let me see if this will work now. I'm going to see if this works. One more. Present. Share screen. Okay.
Do you want the video?
What's LP1? What is that?
Lone Peak.
Oh, okay. This is just Lone Peak again. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this one. Oh, no, this is the elk again. So look at this guy. It's a little blurry, as you can see, but we were in the car and they had stopped jumping across the road. So I could tell hubby, I'm like, come on, IT department, slow down. Let me get a picture. Roll your window. We rolled his window down, but didn't slow down because there were people behind us. So, it's a little blurry. That guy's a little blurry. So now where's the video?
We have to reload it.
Oh, we had to reload it. Where did it go?
Where's your cursor?
I know it's hard to
Keep
see the
talking,
cursor. Okay, so take this off the screen and make me big.
Okay, make
Are we
you
gonna
big.
take
You do
this off
that,
the
I'll work
screen?
behind the screen.
And we had video when the traffic jam first started, and everybody stops. Like I said, all touristy, and watching your back says you have to ski Austria. I've never skied Austria, and I will tell you, like the snow. When we have really good snow here, they have like terrible snow, and when they have good snow, we have awful snow. So it kind of seems to flip back and forth, which is, I guess, kind of nice. But I do not see hubby leaving the country to go ski. I hate schlepping my stuff on a nonstop flight from Newark to Bozeman, let alone, did you got it? Let alone to Austria. I think that would just be such a pain in the butt. Got it? Here we go. Look, here they are. Yep, and everybody's got to stop. There we go, because they're really, really big. They're huge. And when you get out of the car, you stay really far away because they will kill you. If they get angry, they can kill you. And this is a huge herd. It's a huge herd. Did you get a picture of just the herd on the side of the road? There they go. And they take their sweet time every single night. And I guess in the morning, they go back the other way. So this happens twice a day.
That's right.
Let's see. Yep, so they go off onto Lone Mountain Ranch. There they go. So if you have an appointment down in the meadow, which is where we were going, and now they're just like hanging out. Nobody wants to cross, so you don't know whether to go or not. And they have the right of way. There we go. And only about half the herd crossed by the time traffic started moving again. The other half got stuck behind. But it's just so beautiful and so amazing to watch. And I think they know they have the right of way. Oh, now somebody beeped the horn. So now watch, here goes the local.
Where are you
flying
going,
by.
dude?
There goes the local. There he goes. And so that sound that you hear there is the elk. They bleat. It sounds like a baby crying. So this guy goes, and now there's an elk in the middle of the road. And then they cleared him out, and the rest of the herd. That was the end of it. So the rest of the herd got spooked. Let me see. How do I stop this? I get rid of that.
Remove. No. They are removed.
Remove. Okay, here we go. So the rest of the herd so we have a picture of the rest of the herd that was left, and they got stuck on the other side, on the side of the road because that local guy went through. But did you hear that? Did you hear that? It sounded like a baby crying. That's the sound that they make. So I guess they were ticked off because that guy beeped his horn and went flying by, and it kind of separated the herd. But honestly, how long were we there waiting? Probably 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes, and half the herd crossed. They took their sweet time.
This is not showing.
Okay, it's not showing. Okay.
You keep talking.
Oh, okay. So the IT department's looking for the other picture. Don't worry about it. You got it? All right, he's doing it somehow. Okay. Well, it's hard to keep. There it is. Okay.
So now.
So now I have to go over to back over here. Okay. This is the half of the herd. This is so wild. First of all, okay, Star Driver 1 says, Mary, don't pet the fluffy cows. But you know what? It's amazing is I didn't see it. Pretty much you saw people standing on the side of the road. Everybody stood back. I could have walked up to the front car and stood next to them. But if one of those elk saw me and got ticked off, they're faster than you are. They're huge. You don't realize how big they are. And they have those horns. They will kill you. So I didn't want to be in the Darwin Awards for doing something stupid to Torons. Gregory says, dang, that's a herd. Porchview Farm says, I love Austria. Star Driver 1. That's a Montana traffic jam. Exactly. That's what we were saying. But I love it. Porchview Farm, West Virginia just got 15 more elk. Well, there's a lot of them here if you want them. I'll show the picture. Gregory, hey elk, you snooze, you lose. Apparently that's how the locals feel. But if you hit one, like if that guy had hit one in his truck, he definitely would have been on the losing end of that. I mean, the elk would have died, but he would have been on the losing end. Now Tax USA, it's St. Mary, PA. In St. Mary, PA, it's a big deal watching the elk run close to the Stroud Beer Brewery. Oh, and he says, hi, everybody. Yeah, it's amazing because this happens every night. So we won't see it tonight because we're not going. And we went into town, went down into the canyon, well, into the meadow last night to meet some friends for dinner that we haven't seen any since last time we were here. And then, oh, here's some of that. Thank you. Thank you. That's excellent. And then tonight we're going to see some other friends. And then, so maybe, tomorrow we're going into the meadow to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, hold on one second. Scott says it would be interesting to know if a person can carry a bag of feed. I'm pretty sure they have bags of feed that people can carry, I would think. But you don't feed the elk. Although they do put out hay for them, don't they, at the ranch? Yeah, they put out hay for them at the ranch, but they don't on the side of the road you wouldn't want to do that because it'll cause a traffic. Because what they do, we learned the bighorn sheep, because when you're that's exactly, that's what reminded me of it. So one year we're in the canyon and we come around the corner. There's a lot of very windy, and you come around a blind corner, and in the middle of the road there's bighorn sheep looking at you, and they're huge. I mean, when you see them from far away, like up on the mountain, it's big. But when you're driving around the corner and you see one in the middle of the road, they're like huge. And there's this bighorn sheep staring at us. And he didn't move. He's just licking. They lick the salt off the road, especially when it's warmer and they come down from the higher altitudes. And he's just licking the salt. And that's what these guys are doing. They were standing on the side of the road behind. They're smart. They stand behind the guardrail and they lick the salt. So you don't feed them. No. Now Tax USA says Georgia was called for Trump. 81% so far. Good. And supposedly, I saw something that said Nikki Haley was dropping out, but she dropped out already. So I'm not quite sure what that was about. We'll get into that in one quick second here, and I'll get into the politics start. Scott says on the TV show, they say that those moose can be really dangerous. Yes, moose are even bigger than elk. They're huge, 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 huge. And they have very tiny little brains and very angry. They're we are friends who live here. If they live on the mountain and they, when they go out to walk their dog, they carry because for bear or moose. And if you have a little dog, for the hawks, because the hawks will take the little dogs. Star Driver, buffalo are much more protective and dangerous. I love watching city folk think they are cute and want to pat them. Those are the fluffy cows. If you like that stuff, there's a page on Facebook, and I think it's on Twitter as well, called Tourons of Yellowstone. And that's exactly, and I did not want to be featured on Tourons of Yellowstone. So I stayed by the car when we took the picture. So there's one more picture. This is the half of the herd that didn't make it across. So let me see if this is it. Look at it. So that's the other half of the herd. That's how big this herd is. Why is it not coming up? I hit share screen. Oh, I have to go to here. Mm-hmm. This one, that one, herd. That's it. Okay, sorry. There you go. That's the other half of the herd that still had yet to cross. So that's how big that herd was. I mean, how many bulls were with that herd? 10. I mean, there were 10, 20 bulls with the herd. So it was a huge, huge herd. So, okay, I'm done boring you with my Super 8 movies from my vacation. I do. Where's that?
I have to load it. You keep.
You have to. He's got to load in one more picture. All right. So tell me in the comments. Give me your thoughts on the herd testimony, because I watched most of it. I didn't watch all of it, to be honest. I watched most of it. We did go downstairs to get breakfast. We came down here, so I didn't see the whole thing. So I only saw part of it. All right. So I'd love to just type in the comments and I will get to them ASAP. Let's see. Watching Your Back says, OMG, tour runs of Yellowstone is awesome. It is. If you have not, you will. It's such a time suck watching stupid people try to take pictures with like buffalo and things. And there was somebody here last year who tried to took a selfie with a moose. Remember? And he wound up getting arrested because it's considered harassing the wildlife. And he's so lucky he didn't die. Now Tax says that's why the 44 Magnum is on a cord/string, so your pistol is always ready. Yeah, if you go when you walk your dog or whatever. All right, let me present one more, last one more screen to share. Where is it? Where's it? I did. I hit it.
We'll do it again.
There, share screen. Okay, this one.
M&D.
Yep, right there. Got it. Okay. That was us yesterday. That was a skiing. That's the big mountain in the back. I can't ski down from that. You can ski down from it, right? Hubby can ski down from it, but I can't. I'm not a good enough skier to ski down from there, which is fine with me. I'm totally cool with that. So I'm okay with that. All right, let's get to some more comments. Let's see. Star Driver 1 says, if you're traveling and encounter a moose on the road, do not honk at it. If you do, it thinks you're a threat and will attack your vehicle. I've heard of moose ripping the hoods off of semi-trucks. That would not surprise me at all, right? That would not surprise me at all. So as you can hear, there's a family that's coming in. There's a bunch of kids and stuff, so we may have to go. But very quickly, let me know what you thought of the Her report. So here's the thing. I thought it was smart because, first of all, it exposed the double standard so well. Like, you see the double standard. Joe Biden mishandled documents for 40 years. He knew he had them. Her proved he knew he had them. But I think the Republicans came out the winners in this because the Democrats kept trying to say that he exonerated Joe Biden's, Pramila Jayapal. You exonerated Joe Biden. And he didn't exonerate Joe Biden, right? And he said, no, I did not exonerate him. I did not use that language. I did not exonerate him. So I think the Democrats lost there. That's one of them. I think the Republicans also won because it shows that Joe Biden knew what he was doing. He mentioned the documents. He had them for over 40 years. So they were moved several times. I think it was something over 8 million documents and pieces of evidence. 8 million. If I had 8 million pieces of paper, like, I would kind of know that. Like, I would know that I've had to move them several times. Right. Because we're down, like, we're trying to get rid of stuff. Like, we're constantly trying to get rid of stuff. If you saw my video about downsizing your parents, if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and look for Mary Walter Radio and go to the live tab and scroll through and go back to downsizing your parents. And it is so much crap. So we're trying to downsize ourselves, trying to get rid of stuff. It was a very eye-opening experience. But 8 million documents, and they did not exonerate him. They said, no, we didn't. And I think the other win for Republicans was it proved that Biden, if you believe the Democrats, and that Biden is not an impaired old man who is mentally unfit, if you believe that, then how do you believe he's capable of running the country? Like, it can't be both ways. Either he is or he isn't. So it can't be both ways. So let me get to some of your comments here. Porchview Farm says, I found it interesting. It really highlights how long Biden has been at it and how entitled he is. Exactly. That was something else we learned, is he got paid $8 million. That's $1 a page, by the way, people. $8 million for a book. And that was an advance on the book. And he knew that. And that's why he was giving it to his ghostwriter. We also found out that the ghostwriter, when the ghostwriter found out that there had been a special counsel appointed, the ghostwriter deleted some of the audio tapes. That's destruction of evidence. Why wasn't that person? And that question was asked by, I think, Jim Jordan. Why wasn't that person, the ghostwriter, called on the carpet and asked, okay, why did you destroy evidence? Why wasn't he charged? So if nothing else, I think the Republicans did a good job. You can disagree with me, but I think that they did. I think they did a good job today, which I never do. I never think they do a good job, but I think they did today. Now Tax USA says, I thought Obama also kept documents. When are Republicans going to call on Barry on this and what he knew about Hunter and Joe? Yeah, Obama did take documents as well, but he cooperated and gave them back. Joe Biden didn't cooperate. And that's what the left keeps saying is, oh, Biden cooperated and Trump didn't. Biden cooperated. He didn't obstruct justice. He actually didn't. He actually didn't cooperate, and he did obstruct justice. He knew he had those documents. He showed classified documents to a third party who had no clearance. That is a crime. There are servicemen and women who have been jailed for, showing a picture. Remember the guy, Christian Saucier, I think his name was, who was jailed because he sent a picture of his mom to his mom of the inside of the sub he was working. I just took a selfie inside the sub and sent it to his mom. He went to jail. His whole life was ruined. Dishonorable discharge. Trump had to pardon him for one picture. Joe Biden is sharing classified documents with people. God knows how many people he shared this stuff with. How many people had eyes on this stuff? We'll never know. We don't know what's missing. No idea, because he had papers that were 40 years old. Papers on Afghanistan in his garage, in a broken box, while Hunter's there with God knows who, drug dealers, hookers, whatever, who knows, coming in and out. But a Navy service personnel, Christian Saucier, winds up in jail because he sent his mom a picture. It's not right. And Trump was right, I think, to pardon him. But it just goes to show, I was really happy at the just laying bare of the double standard. And by the way, is there any more pompous than Adam Schiff? And anyone more smarmy than Eric Swalwell? Like, I look at Eric Swalwell and I feel like I need to take a bath after watching him speak. He's just so, to me, like so smarmy and like greasy and that kind of guy. And if you're a woman, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly. Let's see. Star Driver 1 says, let's not forget Obama destroyed 77,000 documents. I don't know if that's true. Let me look that up. Hang on a second. I can take any of these and look at any of these tabs. Let me look that up. I don't think he did. Let me quickly destroy document. I try to be honest here. I try to really get to stuff. See, now, if you look at this, you see Business Insider said, why was Obama allowed to take White House records? And then CBS says Obama spent $36 million on lawsuits to keep information secret. Oh, wait, yeah. He refused to, according to CBS, the Obama administration in its final year in office spent a record $36.2 million on legal costs defending its refusal to turn over federal records under the Freedom of Information Act. So that's not him keeping those papers. That's not him. So that's not it. I don't think he did. Did Obama legally take? Yeah, I don't think he did. So I think that's not true. I'm seeing a lot of checks here that say that he did, that was just a false rumor that spread. So I don't think he did. But that went around a lot. Porchview Farm says, my dad was chief of staff for a congressman in the 70s. I've been hearing about Biden's corruption since I was 5. Exactly. And he's gotten away with it. Now he's just a doddering old man. And so we can't hold him accountable. Okay, well then how can we elect him in office? Which is it? So I'm curious if you agree with me that I think the Republicans did a good job today. And I think the Democrats tried. They tried to frame it as best they could, but Her didn't allow it. And Her has no friends today. Republicans don't like him. Democrats don't like him. He has no friends at all today. And why do you think he resigned yesterday from the DOJ? I don't understand that. All right, we're going to have to get going here soon. Gregory says, it seemed to be a thorough vetting today. Now, who's held accountable and pays the price? Exactly. No one. We're going to have to move. We'll have to cut this short, guys. There's a party going on here. Gregory says, I waited for someone to walk by and say, oh my God, it's Mary Walter. Yeah, no, there's a lot of kids here, so I think we're going to get going. Hubby's going to go try to find a quiet place. So, Doug, what about in the pool? Oh, okay. Yeah, we may just move across the hall. All right. So if you want to leave your comments, we may just walk across the hall here, and the light won't be as good, which is fine. That's okay. But I want to hear from you and what you thought about the about the her thing today. Here's something else I wanted to ask you quickly, and we can cut it short. Like if you guys don't have anything to say about it, we can cut this short. That's fine. What do you think? Yeah, okay. I'm going to carry you across the hall with me. Hold on. Good evening, Your Majesty. All right, I'm going to take you across the hall with me. If we say goodbye, we say goodbye. That's fine. And if not, we'll keep going. So hold on. You're going to walk with me. Are you ready? Okay, ready? And we're walking, and we're walking. And we're oh, we lost this area. Nope, we're down. Okay. Woo. We probably should have been in here the whole time anyway.
I didn't know this existed.
Yeah, we just found it. We didn't know this existed. So there you go. What does God say? The kids are fine. They're not bothering me at all. I like a little noise. I didn't know if they were too loud, so it's no problem. Here we are. So there was something else I wanted to bring up to you. I saw it on Bret Baier's show. So let me just bring this up. I want to read to you what Politico had to say about Robert Hur's testimony today. Oh, shoot. It would help if I type it in right. Politico.com. There were a lot of moving parts to today's show. Politico, here we go. Biden has officially clinched the Democratic nomination for president. I still don't think he's going to be the nominee. I really don't. Let's see if this is it. They say that Hur used his testimony to defend the impartiality of his report, which I don't think it was impartial. I think he gave Joe Biden huge leeway. I think he gave Joe Biden a huge, amount of grace. The question was asked, and I thought it was a great question. I forget who asked it. He said, well, what does someone have to do to be convicted of improperly handling documents? Like, what does somebody have to do? He showed it to other people. He showed it to his ghostwriter. They were in a box in his garage. Some of them he had for 40 years. He even said to the ghostwriter, he said, oh, I think I found some documents downstairs. I can share them with you, So what does someone have to do? Okay, so here's what he said. The special counsel praised Biden during his interview for his photographic understanding and recall of a house the president visited during a trip to Mongolia. And Biden talked about being a good archer. And one of the congressmen asked him about that. And apparently when it came to that, he remembered that. But, if you've ever known someone who's had dementia, that they'll remember something from a long time ago, but they won't remember anything current. The other big moment was about Beau Biden's death, because remember Joe Biden, when the Hur report came out, Joe Biden came out, he was all angry. It was angry Joe Biden, and the left's like, yay, Dark Brandon. He was all angry Joe Biden. And he was talking about how dare he bring up my son, and all I could think of is how dare you. Well, it turns out that Hur did not bring his son up. Joe Biden brought Beau Biden up. And I believe that because Joe Biden brings Beau Biden up at every turn. Every turn he brings him up. Gregory says, Biden seems to be in a steeper decline lately, other than the day he was on meth for the State of the Union. Do you think it was meth? No. Cocaine?
No.
Adderall?
Adderall or modafinil.
Adderall or modafinil? I never heard of that. I'll go with Adderall. Oh, Provigil. Let's see. Scott says, I heard there are no actual laws surrounding a president taking classified documents. It's up to the DOJ to do anything about it, which could be political. The problem is Joe Biden took these documents when he was a senator and vice president and had no right to them. So that's the problem. Those laws don't apply to him. And he said the kids are fine. They're not bothering him at all. All right. So one other key moment, and listen to this. Hur asked Biden about his storage of files related to his tenure as vice president. And it prompted hesitation from the president about when he stopped serving as former Barack Obama's vice president. Biden asked, "When did I stop being vice president?" And another attorney, Rachel Cotton, said 2017. And so she's answering for him. So he had counsel with him who helped him out. And she told him 2017. When he was asked about how his records ended up in his garage, he replied, "I don't remember how a beat up box got in the garage. Somebody must have packing this up, just picked up all this stuff and put it in a box because I didn't." But you know how many times those things were moved? Papers from 40 years ago that he took? So here's the exchange. "Do you have any idea where this material would have been before it got moved into the garage?" Biden, "Well, if it was 2013, when did I stop being vice president?" Attorney Cotton, 2017. Her, "So to the extent that there were other notebooks containing your notes on foreign policy during your time as vice president, where are those?" Biden, "I have no idea. I wish I could say I was more organized. No, I'm not being facetious." So he had no idea. Then they started talking, listen to this. At one point in the interview, Her asked Joe Biden, asked about Biden, about how Biden referred to some of his staff members. Biden replied, "By their first names. I'm not being facetious." The president later described why he kept records related to a Corvette, the infamous green Corvette. And he explained that he's a famous car guy. "I kept all the material relating to the Corvette because my dad ran a dealership. He was able to give me as a wedding gift for my wife and I because he could afford the payments," Biden said. "He was the manager. He didn't even own it. He couldn't afford a big gift, but he could afford the payments." So later in the exchange, the president leaned into two more positive elements about his public image: his love for his home state and his status as what the extremely right might call a wife guy. Biden acknowledged bringing classified materials occasionally to his lake house in Wilmington, Delaware for work because I did a lot of business from there. Okay, how did you get those papers? You're not supposed to take them out of the SCIF. You're not the president. You're not supposed to do that. He joked about the first lady. "I hope you didn't find any risque photos of my wife in a bathing suit," which you probably did. She's beautiful. He said he's a frustrated architect while trying to renovate his house in Delaware. So the point of this is the guy was all over the place. And at one point he talked about his car, and I had it somewhere. Do you have my phone? Oh, you do. I brought it up somewhere. I'm just see if I can find it. But he talked about his car, and he talked about the sound that his car makes. And this was during this interview with Her. So the point of it is he was off on all these tangents, talking all over the place. And I can understand. I think Her's description was actually kind compared to what Biden actually really was like in the 2-day deposition. Let me see. Where is it? Citizen and polling visits. The top secret classified documents were found in seven separate locations. They all involved Joe. All right, if I can find it, I'll post it. It's down here. I'm trying to do 10,000 things all at the same time here. A subpoena has been issued for 15 years of Hunter Biden's phone records. The Republicans are doing that. All right. Transcript, resign. Oh, here we go. Transcript proves Biden lied. Oh, darn it. All right. Okay, well, I'll find it. But if you go to Citizen Free Press, I've told you before, it's a great webpage, and they had bits and pieces of the transcript. As people go through it, more and more of it will come up. So if I find it, I'll share it with you. What is this? Oh, LLK. What is that Port you far? What the hell that was? Star Driver 1 says, by the way, on a side note, Brandon Herrera is in a runoff with Tony Gonzalez in Texas 23 and needs support to beat his Biden-loving rhino. All right. Yeah, I got to get rid of the rhinos. I'm guessing China has the notebooks. Speaking of notebooks, a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that the reason that they raided Donald Trump was because there's a notebook that's missing. that talks about the whole Russian hoax thing, with the dossier and how the dossier came about, and has a lot of the secret documents in there, and it's missing. And they thought that Trump had that, and that's one of the reasons that they raided Mar-a-Lago, is because they didn't think he would turn it over. Because remember, Nara said, "Oh, he doesn't have everything. He doesn't have everything." If you go to Julie Kelly on Twitter, let me see, maybe I could pull it up. Those kids are just screaming. I'm glad I got out of there. They're just screaming across the lobby now. No, it's fine. Again. Come on. But Julie Kelly, it's Julie_Kelly. She's got so much, and she has, what is my password? Let's see if that works. Give it one more try. If it doesn't work, I'll get out of it. I'll get out of Twitter. Nope. All right. So I don't know what my password is to Twitter. I'll have to figure it out. But let's see. I bookmarked it, but I can't get into my Twitter. Oh well. Julie Kelly. Can I have my phone? Maybe it's on here. Had a great piece on Twitter. I'm sorry about this, guys. I apologize. I know, I'm blaming it on my husband just goes, blame it on the IT department. And I would have loved to have played like audio. There were audio clips I wanted to play for you, but I couldn't do it. Here it is. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Okay, here we go. Here's what Julie Kelly says. As Jerry Nadler claims Biden cooperated with and Trump did not. NARA. Now we're talking about the National Archives. And remember this, and I said to bookmark this tweet because I think that this is going to come back. NARA, in cahoots with the DOJ and the Biden White House, concocted a documents case shortly after Trump left office. All right. NARA reached out to the Trump team almost immediately, claiming presidential records were missing and needed to be returned. Which files? Obama's letter to Trump and some correspondence between North Korea, the North Korean dictator, and Trump. That's what they wanted. Contrary to Trump's claims and contrary to claims that Trump and his team did not cooperate, they did, probably too much. Finally, Trump voluntarily turned over 15 boxes to NARA in January of 2022. NARA, the National Archives, then turned around and claimed that the boxes had classified papers, and they used that as the pretext to send a criminal referral to the DOJ, which immediately opened an investigation. So they knew they were going to do this. Notice that they find out that Biden, so Trump cooperated, so did Biden, right? Biden cooperated, Trump cooperated. When they find classified documents in the papers that Biden turns over, nothing happens. Well, he cooperated. When they find classified documents in what Trump turned over, criminal referral to the DOJ. Trump and his lawyers continued to cooperate. On the same day, Biden initiated a search of the Penn Biden Center for classified documents that he had there. His DOJ issued a subpoena in May of 2020. This is in May of 2022 to get more records with classified markings from Trump. So Biden's clearing out the Penn Biden Center because he knew there were a whole bunch of documents there. So he wants to be able to say, I found these and I sent them, because he's unleashed his DOJ against Trump, and they're going to nail Trump to the wall now. They returned 38 more files. Trump allowed DOJ counterintelligence chief Jay Bratt and 3 FBI agents into Mar-a-Lago in June of 22. He delayed his trip to Bedminster to greet the officials and told them they'd help with anything they need. The FBI raided Mar-a-Lago in August of 22, taking 13,000 items and later claiming agents found 102 more classified papers. So it's a lie when they say that, well, Trump didn't cooperate. Trump did cooperate. Had he not cooperated, they would never have had the pretext to say, we found classified documents and then criminal referral, etc. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Mike Pence, classified documents. Oh, well, they cooperated and handed them over. No criminal referral. So that's Julie Kelly. And I Julie_Kelly, highly recommend you follow her. Let's see. Gregory Howe says 7 locations seems egregious. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? 7 locations, a little egregious. Somebody moved a lot of them. Porchview Farm, that would be my cat Boots. Oh, making that sound. Star Driver 1, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the Penn Biden Center get some funding from China? Yes, they did. They were funded by the Chinese. After Joe Biden set up the Penn Biden Center, all of a sudden, Penn got a huge endowment from the Chinese. Or maybe it was the Penn Biden Center that got a huge endowment from the Chinese, where all those classified documents were, as it were his garage. But Trump's documents were kept in Mar-a-Lago, which had Secret Service protection. Biden's documents were kept in 7 locations. The vast majority did not have Secret Service protection. And remember, the Secret Service traveled with Biden. So if he, didn't go to the Penn Biden Center for years, there was no Secret Service protection there. And those documents are just in a closet. Other stuff in his garage. Other stuff was just in a closet in a house that he hadn't been to in years. Because, if you're a public servant, you have several houses, because they're doing God's work. Let's see. Julie is digging up some good dirt on Biden and others. Yes, she really is. Julie Wagner's doing Julie Kelly's doing a great job. They had me convinced Trump never returned anything in. Exactly. This is what the left does, which is why I took the time to find that tweet. And thank you for bearing with me while I found that. Thought it was important. Star Driver 1, patiently for good juicy content on Biden. Thank you. And Scott says, a lot of these news people are giving such incorrect information about President Trump and his activities. I've noticed they're getting worse and worse. Excuse me, including more of them joining in. Yeah, because it's getting closer to the election and it's going to get worse. MSNBC, which cuts away from every Trump speech because Trump lies and we won't air lies. The same people, Rachel Maddow and the rest of them, will sit there and tell you that the P-tape was real, the dossier, the Russian Steele dossier was real. What else did they say? Like they all these things that they talk about Trump. Oh, that Hunter Biden's laptop was Russian disinformation. They lie, but yet they won't air anything that Trump says because they're so afraid that their listeners might actually hear something they like. So they literally censor what their viewers can hear. So why anybody would listen to that, I don't understand, but I think people are comfortable in their bubble. People want to hear their own opinions echo back to them. It's confirmation bias. It makes you feel good, right? So I think there's a lot of that going on. Listen, we got to run, but thank you for the conversation. Of course, now the kids aren't screaming anymore. They went up to their room. Yeah, they're probably outside of the hot tub. That's how we go late at night when the kids are asleep or during dinner. But thank you for putting up with us and all of the, walking around and trying to find stuff and the slow video and the slow internet. Really appreciate it. Now Tax USA says, since Trump's files were under lock and key per the instructions, with Secret Service now in charge of the documents, where's the chain of custody? Exactly. Who knows what they took? It's their word against Trump's. Who knows, Trump, they'll say Trump had this, and he's going to say, I never had that. It's going to get crazier. So again, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. Really appreciate you. Thank you for liking the podcasts. Again, next week, I will not be on. So there'll be no podcast next week. I should be back the following week. Star Driver 1 says, remember Biden sent the Secret Service to retrieve his gun that his girlfriend threw in the dumpster. Yeah, that was Hunter, and was found by a homeless man and turned into a gun store. This was this was the ATF's jurisdiction. Why did Hunter Biden still have Secret Service? That's the other question. Why were they still running interference for Hunter? And was that the girl, was that his, at the time, was that Haley Biden? Was that his husband's, his dead brother? Was that Beau Biden's widow? Because remember, he was dating his brother's widow. Good family values in that family. God. JMU is in the Final Four. Oh, good. Villanova's not in the Final Four. I highly doubt it. So congratulations. Scott says, it was nice to be here. I'm so glad you were here. Thank you so much. Fun show, Mary and IT department. Sorry about like I said, sorry about the internet. Sorry about the slow video. See you in 2 weeks. Okay. So I will, I'll post the video. We'll do all of that. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys really, truly are the best. I really, really, really appreciate you so much. I hope you understand that. Have a blessed week. And thank you again for being here. Really appreciate it. Bye.